You know, I haven't been here since the fall. I feel like I need to introduce myself again to you. I am doing an interim pastorate at Calvary Baptist Church in Winter Haven. The cool thing about that, it is about 5 minutes from the house Martha owns there. So we can almost go in our pajamas. It is close. Yeah. Closest interim I've done since I left here. So that's been great. Still here on Wednesdays, still doing Bible study. If you're a senior adult, come join us at 4:15 or 6 o'clock on Wednesdays. The experience at Calvary has been incredible. The church has gone through a real tough time. They had a financial secretary that embezzled $800,000 from the church. She is now serving 8.5 years in prison. After that, they called a pastor, a great pastor that they loved, but Brother Wayne died with COVID 8 months after getting to the church. So they've had a tough time. It is an older congregation. For Mother's Day, I was going to recognize the oldest mother in the service. And I thought, do I start with 60? No, I'd have most of the church standing. 70? So I started with 80. I said, well, those of you 80 years of age or older, please stand. I thought, if you can. And half the ladies in the church stood up. And I began to whittle down the crowd, 85, 90. The lady who remained standing was 97 years of age. And she's in church every Sunday, as faithful as she can be. I also had my first baptism at Calvary. And was it ever an interesting experience? Now, at First Baptist, when I would do baptism, I would basically take off my jacket, put on a pair of waders over my pants, over my dress shirt, put a robe on over that, hope I didn't get wet, and do the baptism. So they told me at Calvary, we've got everything you need. We have waders, we have a robe. So I go to church that Sunday morning, take off my jacket, and the dressing room, you're not going to believe this, was the men's handicap stall in the restroom. Well, I tried to make the most of it. Do you know you hardly ever find a chair in those places? And so the only place to sit was the audience. And so I'm sitting on the edge of the commode to put these waders on, and it's an automatic flush toilet. I'm not kidding. Every time I'd wiggle, it'd go. I was getting ready for immersion, but in the meantime was being sprinkled. So I go to put these waders on, and I get my foot in the shoe part, and it will not go in. I cannot get my foot in there. And I'm thinking, well, I guess I can waddle like a duck. So I get my other foot in, and I go to pull them up, and they'll come to about right here. The guy who had these had to weigh 125 pounds. So I go to take them off. I can't get them off. So I go out in the hallway. There's an elderly gentleman who is helping this little boy with the baptism. I said, you got to pull these things off. So he finally pulled and tugged and pulled and tugged. We got them off. And now I've got no plan B. So I stripped down to my underwear, my t-shirt, put a robe on, and baptized the young man. Now I've got a problem. I didn't bring any dry underclothes. I preached commando. course, told the story to the whole church. But it's been an interesting experience, to say the least. So now the next time we baptize, I'll go in a pair of swimming trunks and a t-shirt, I think.